Yeah, it is. So, this is December the 8th, and we officially having Rockdale Soil and Water meeting. Um, Basically, what I wanted to talk about is I want to share with you guys is the permits. You have three permits, three major permits. Um, the first one is infrastructure. Without these permits, they cannot build. And this is where we have to challenge uh, anything that's coming in our neighborhoods that we do not want. It's not just the zoning you have to challenge, you have to challenge these permits. And that's with Georgia Environmental Protection and also with EPA Region 4. They easily can repeal or stop those. Okay, hold on, I just have another call. So this is the infrastructure one. Um, and this one here is the standalone permit. Standalone permit is hotels, hospitals, restaurants. These will usually be buildings that stand alone, or shopping center. These are standalone uh, construction. Then you have the common development. Common development are subdivisions, apartments, and townhouses. These are what we call common development uh, construction, but these construction have to have permits too. All these permits are very important. These are the three major permits, and this is under uh, National Pollution Discharge Elimination System, NPDES. These permits for anything that's deal with um, housing development. This is how you can repeal it and make sure that they repeal it and make sure that that's not built in your community. For that mining, what we're going to have to um, stop is going to be infrastructure construction. That's what that mining permit's going to be under, and we have to stop that. They cannot put it under standalone, and they cannot put it under common development. So basically, we have to know the permits and we have to fight on the permit level. This is why they're thinking you don't have the knowledge.
All right, now I'm ready. I'm taking notes.
uh, this here is when I was. This here is about the MOA. If you see, his name is uh, Mitch Attaway. He's over Soil and Water Commission. The federal government do not recognize them. That is a group that is controlled by the Republican Party and Brian Kemp. They are in totally control to go after development. They want to control your development. They want to control all the USDA monies that come in. So this group is very um, very mean as hell. They're about the money for its development. They don't care what they put in your community, and they are not supposed to be signing your permits. There's no way in the law says that they are signing your permit because you elected district supervisors to do that and to look out for your interests in your community. If you see right here where they was telling me about they want me to uh, they want to write a new draft a new MOA. You can't draft a new MOA unless I um, give you the permission. I'm the only one draft a new MOA. The city cannot do one. The county cannot do one. Everything have to come through the district supervisor. And if you see what I'm talking about, you see that the law says that too. Um, you see in here OCGA law 12-7-7 and 12-7-10 that um, and 12-7-8. You don't see nowhere in there in the law saying anything about Georgia Soil and Water Commission. Only thing they talk about is the district. The district have control over everything. This is the MOA that a lot of city and county across this nation are using to for their covering, for them to call, oh, well, we're just doing growth. No, they're destroying your environment. And if you don't have the district, a strong district supervisors that know what they're talking about, that have their certification, have the education, because a lot of them will go and get these little certification and don't have the education or the experience. So, hold on one second. I got to click somebody in. Mm, oh, come on. How do I do this? Hey, hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I just click in Dr. Johnson. Okay.
Good
So,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. I was just talking about the permits. I'll head back to the permits. Um, I'm gonna make sure I minimize it too. Can I? No, cannot do that. Back to sharing. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What I was talking about was common development construction. Um, that is one of the three permits that they must have to build. It's not over when the zoning committee vote on anything or the BOC or the city of Conyers vote on anything. They still have to obtain these permits. You still have another step, and the public is not aware of it. You have They have to go through environmental protection agents for the state of Georgia, and they have to go through the EPA Region 4 to get everything approved. Um, Here is talk about all how the permits and how they are the steps that they have to go through. Um, so one of the permits is construction project. One of is infrastructure permit, and the other one is common development permits. Infrastructure is bridge and roads. Common development is um, your subdivisions and your apartments and townhomes. Um, what's the other one? Okay, I'm missing one. The other one is I said common development. I said infrastructure, and the other one is standalone. That standalone is hospitals and restaurants, buildings like that. That's standalone. That's what we call standalone. And the other thing I was talking about is the MOA. This is the most important thing that is going around in the state of Georgia and in all other states. This is how they built. They have to have some state agreement, and this is the state agreement that I got rid of. It was 38 years old, and I told them that is not benefiting the people. So right now they're billing illegal because there's no court order saying that what I did is illegal or what I did was not constitution. So basically in Rockdale County, they're signing permits illegally. And that start with um, Osborne Nesby. He is sending those developing plans and everything to um, Georgia Soil and Water Commission, which you've seen clearly when I told you that they are not in the law, and they're not because they can't put them in the law constitutionally. We are the state elected official. Our whole problem in the black community is our black elected Democrats and their ignorance. They rather believe what Georgia Soil and Water Commission and the Republican tell them than believe what's in the law. The district supervisor are one of the strongest office held, but they're put out that, oh, they don't get paid. That's a lie. We're state elected officials. So a lot of things going to have to go to federal court. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking it to the federal court. And so next week, they will be receiving some paperwork from the marshals. Um, so the TRO and everything is in place, and we will be sending that out. So I'm not going to be talking about a whole lot today. I'm just basically want to um, hold on one second. Use the ID. Oh shit! What I'm doing? Lord help me. Still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. I just have people sending things to me so I can respond back to them. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. All right, I'm back in. Um, what I want to say. The personal ID will get you right in. Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Doing fine. You having a meeting this morning?
Yeah, I'm having a meeting this morning.
Still at the breakfast table, but I'll go ahead and.
Yeah, I'm just having a discussion of what's going on, what we're going to be doing next year, and
Okay.
going over the permits that we that I have to have people to have knowledge of in order to stop what's building around them.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing some sharing the screen with a few forms.
All right.
Okay. The first one is the infrastructure permit. That's under National Pollution Discharge Elimination. Without this permit, they cannot build. This is the infrastructure permit, which is um, roads, bridges, dams. This is the permit they have to get. Um, when you all see them voting on a project, that is not the final say. A lot of people get real upset and mad, but they don't have the final say. The final say is the district supervisors, and the final say is Georgia Environmental Protection and EPA Region 4. At any time, they can stop those permits, and at any time, they can repeal those permits on the state level and on the federal level. This is what the common citizen don't know. That's why they have to organize. Um, right now, with mining and with that rental property and all that, they are they have illegal permits. because I haven't signed off on it. And the ones that signing off on it are, you didn't vote for them. And this is why I'm going to federal court to stop this. Um, this is happening all across the nation. Um, and it's all about greed. It's all about the developers trying to find a shortcut to get to those permits so they can build. They can they can do LD all day long. What I mean by LD is lane disturbing. They can clear a lane anytime they want to, but they can't build without a permit. And so the next permit is common development. Common development construction, that is your subdivisions, your townhomes, and your apartments. They must have these apartments permits for this construction. So nothing is uh, permanent when you hear the BOC or the city of Conyers saying, we voted for that. No, you can always repeal those permits and you always can bulldoze and knock down whatever they have built. This is still where the permits come in effect. And that's because that's why we have to organize, because these permits are only for 5 years. And they might approve a project or development, but they still have 5 years permits to go in effect. And if you go to the Georgia Environmental Protection Agency and the EPA uh, Region 4 and say, no, we are protesting this and we are filing appeals that this development do not go forward. That is the level that I'm trying to get Rockdale citizens to be on, that level. That's when you're going to see a different attitude with the BOC and with the city of Conyers. That's where the developer is going to have a different attitude and say, we can't just go in there and build anything in that county, because they're going to go to the state level and the federal level. And that's what I'm trying to get people attention and say, hey, you can't just complain. And you got to go to these departments, and you got to file the right papers, file the papers of appeal so you can stop this. They're not used of anybody coming in and saying, okay, we're going to challenge this. Not on the state level and not on the federal level. They're not used of any citizens organizing and just coming to fight it.
Well,
So,
how do we do that in paperwork? This is CC. How do we start putting those paperworks together so that they get the understanding, or we have the right verbiage and the right correct law to appeal all this? Because it just seems like they're just doing whatever they want to do. And when I do speak up at the city council meetings, it's just being dismissed.
well, you have to go to Georgia EPA division and of the permits, and you have to ask them for the form or when they are meeting to the file against the permit. And that's what people don't know. They're going to tell you, well, we put it out in the public. No, they don't. They put it out on their website, and they know that you're not going to go in there and find it. So I what I'm going to do is start put special on next door and put out who's over the permits with Georgia Environmental Protection Division, and and how can you file those paperworks. That's going to be very important coming up 2024, because a lot of those permits in Rockdale County are expiring in 2024. And so with us going to the Georgia Environmental Protection Division and EPA and saying, hey, we don't want those permits to go forward. That's when we on the next level. They don't expect you to go to the next level. So that's where I'm going to make sure that I get the paperwork out and that you understand how we can fight this. That's a good question. So the next permit is standalone. The standalone permits is hospital and restaurants um, and apart stores or warehouses. These are standalone buildings. And they also have to have the National Pollution Discharge Elimination System permits. So those permits can be pulled. It's not when the zoning committee or the city or the county say we voted for it. No, it don't stop there. It don't stop there. They have to have permits. Anytime you building anything or digging uh, down in the ground, anything you're doing that's called any form of construction, you have to have a permit. And what I'm saying to the public and the citizens that you can stop these permits, and that's what we're going to be doing in 2024. So, okay. All right. All right, I'm get to the next area. Come on. All right. One of the next I want to talk about is the MOA. And that's just the most important thing that the biggest fight that's going on is about the MOA. Come on. Mm, just give me a second. I'm trying to pull it up. Oh, come Okay. The MOA is an agreement between the state and the city and the county. This MOA is basically about what they can build and what they cannot build, and they have to build within the laws of the conservations and erosion laws. And so, without this agreement, then they have to come through. Uh, Everything goes through the district, and that's what I did. I removed that MOA, and it was telling me all hell gonna break loose because this is how the way the developers can go to the city and the county and get what they want. But if they have to go to the state, they have to deal with state waters. They have to deal with um, the environmental laws, the Clean Water Act, and it's several other laws. You have the Community to Right to Know Act, and you have the Safe Water Drinking Act, and then you have the Clean Air Act. So those laws are in place, and far as those laws, you have to enforce it. The city and the county is not going to enforce that. They're about profit, and they're about tax-based money. And so they basically want to have total control of these MOAs. And pretty much I told them, no, you're not going to, because that's not in the law. And if you see in these laws, in the OCGA law and 12-7-7 and OCGA 12-7-10, the Georgia Soil and Water Commission is nowhere in those laws. And only thing that's in the laws is the districts. In the federal laws, in the Georgia Code, which is federal laws, 391-3-7-9, Georgia Soil and Water Commission is not in none of those laws, not the federal laws and not the state laws. So point blank, why in the hell are they signing those permits? That is illegal. But if you got the county, which is the water authority, sending those developing plans to them to sign off on it, that is illegal. That is why they will be receiving uh, the charges in federal court on next week. Because if I'm the only one who got to stand up to them, I'll be the only one to stand up to them. But we have to stop this illegal practice that they're doing. They've been doing this for uh, back since the 60s. So this is a system. And this have to deal with black or white or Republican, Democrats. This is a major system that's been in place and that need to be destroyed because it's destroying the communities, especially the black community. That's why you see all the dollar stores and convenience stores and dirty companies. It's because of this. It's because of who have control of the development and who have control of the EPA region laws. Uh, and that's very important. A lot of us just say, oh, just have me have a good, clean schools and this and that. And next thing you know, you have this dirty company that's sitting by you in your neighborhood, or you have rental properties that's not supposed to be in your neighborhoods. So this is the laws that they are bypassing and just creating whatever they want to. The MOA is the most important thing out there, far as uh, soil and water and forestry or developments in these uh, in the county, everything is through the MOA. Everything goes through the MOA. Okay. So basically, what I want to make sure people understand is that um, we have to come together and we have to fight these people, fight on the state level and the federal level. We can't just fight on just the local level, especially when the local level is, especially when the local level is not on our side until we vote them out of office. So, so basically, what I wanted to make sure people understand is that um, it's good to complain, but if you're not taking any action, they're not paying you no attention. But when you start, you can go to their meetings and raise hell all you want to. But if you're not uh, going to the putting paperwork in place and putting a TRO in place, uh, putting a stop work order in place, um, if you're not, if you don't have a group to stop that, then guess what? They're not paying you no attention. They're sure not. They're not paying you no attention. The word that the inside that I was talked to the elected official, they'll say, oh, they'll make a whole lot of noise until we built it, then they'll shut up. And I said, really? So yeah, that's all they do. They make a whole lot of noise. Well, I'm going to make sure my citizens in Rockdale County don't make just noise. That we send the paperwork in, and that we challenge these permits. Everything is with the permits. And if um, we don't put challenge the permits, then yeah, we are going to see those things keep being built. Uh, we're going to see uh, rental homes. We're going to see dirty companies. We're not going to see the uh, golf carts and uh, natural trails that's supposed to be in our community. Right about now, we have anywhere between 300 million to $1 billion that's supposed to be earmarked to Rockdale County. And we need to be in positions as groups to receive that money, not the same system receiving that money. And that's what they're angry about me for, because I already received grant money and I'm trying to control all of it. And so right now they're angry because the grant money is not coming in because I stopped it and I told them, I said, no, unless you're going to get it to the people, it's not going to the same system. So, and I'm trying to let you understand what's the grants that is supposed to come to Rockdale County. It's not just the DOT grants. It's not just a few school grants. No, we got major grants that's supposed to be coming in Rockdale County through USDA and through the Interior Department. So a lot of those grants you never heard of because the system that they have in place is just for it'll go through the city or go through the county, and then you have certain families that get that part of that money. Then you have the state that's part of it. So right now, what I'm doing is exposing them, and so I'm not just fighting. I don't know a lot of people think I'm fighting just white Republicans. No, I'm not. I'm fighting black elected Democrats. That's who I'm fighting against because they are in that system, and um, I'm going to be calling them out next year and this year. Because we still got a few days in this year, but my major fight is the black elected Democrats. They really didn't support me in my reelection. And then once I had a landslide, then I heard from them. And so, and right now we in the city, we have voter suppression. These city councilmen, they only win with 74 votes. And in their district, you're talking about 7,000 people. Do that make any sense? No, that don't. So they've been doing this for decades. And then I showed us, I shined the light on it. So now everybody is running around saying, how that can happen? And I said, because you was asleep at the wheel. And we have a lot of Democrats that turn their head. Now everybody's wanting to know why these voters did not get a sample ballot to tell them that, hey, this is your district, you're supposed to vote. So we got to clean a lot of things up in Rockdale County and in the city of Conyers. That's millions and billions of dollars that's coming through, and we're not seeing it. All thing we're seeing right now, they're putting up a whole lot of cheap townhouses and cheap apartment complex. I had a Republican friend call me and say, I've been here over 40 years. I don't know my city. I don't recognize anything that's going on. And that's the truth. Instead of we have a golf cart community, we got a asphalt and cement community. So, and right now we're fighting is they plan on putting two major tanks, storage tanks, over by the academy school, and we got to stop that. So, so right now we're fighting to stop the tanks that's they're trying to put over there by the academy school. Um, those tanks have D0021. That's creosote. So that's carcinogens. Explosion happen. Everybody over there will be exposed to carcinogens. And so that is a major vote that's coming up in the city. And that's going to be over there by Wheeler Park. That area, that industrial, that's a light industrial area. That's not a heavy industrial area. So, and one other thing that's coming up that we're getting ready to fight is that they was trying to change the city council. They want to change it from uh, 4 to 2. Same thing with what I want to say. They want to also raise your taxes with the penny tax for the school to add a technology school. And my thing is, where's the grant money? Why are we always riding on the tax, on the back of the tax people, of the citizens? So we got some major fights that's coming up in 2024. And like I just went over my sharing screen, is that everything is about Miss Williams. Everything is about the permits. And we've been fighting. And what I'm trying to teach the citizens is that the last say so is not the BOC, and the last say so is not the zoning board or the city of Conyers. The last say so is the district supervisors and Georgia Environmental Protection and EPA Region 4. Um, you have to go to EPA Protection Division and challenge those permits. You have 3 permits: the infrastructure permit, and common development permit, and the standalone permit. The common development permits is the subdivisions, townhouses, and apartments. The standalone permits are the hospitals and restaurants and warehouses. So we have to challenge these permits. That's the most important thing we got to do as a community. we have to come together and challenge these permits. So basically, we in 2024, it's going to be about the elections, and it's going to be about the citizens challenging these permits. I'm going to make sure I give you the names. I'm going to make sure that you know exactly what office you have to go to, uh, because once they remove those permits, then whatever infrastructure is up, you can bulldoze it down and take over. But the permits have to be rolled back. That's the main focus on everything we do next in 2024. It's going to be about the permits. Um, because right now these permits are being signed illegally, and that's why I'm in federal court. And so that's why I sent that to, they will be receiving the paperwork from the marshal next week. So, and what I'm definitely going to be working with the HOAs is making sure that they um, know how to roll back these permits. They're not expecting you to challenge those permits. Those permits are only for 5 years. And in 2024, majority of the permits in Rockdale County are coming up. And we have to be in place to challenge it. So that a lot of things, a lot of development that they're starting, that can be rolled back. So that's basically what I was talking about now. And plus I was talking about the MOA. The MOA is so important. That MOA is the reason why they filed fake charges against me for the Sunshine Law, which was illegal. Um, the MOA is the way for the developers to go around the laws, the Clean Water Act laws, the Community Right to Know Act, the Safe Drinking Water Act, um, and the Clean Air Act. It's the way for them to go around the laws. And a lot of people don't know all these laws are in place. Yeah, they are in place, but it's the city and the county is just looking at tax-based money, and then you will have pollution. So this is the district supervisor's position is very important to be a check. Nobody's trying to stop growth. We're just trying to stop dumb growth that we don't want in our community. So that's why the MOA is, I removed it. And that's why it's, they are signing those permits illegally. And that's why we have to go, that's why I'm in federal court. So if anybody don't have anything else to say or have any questions,
Hey, this is CC. This
you're breaking up,
and
CC.
we're gonna take action. What we're gonna take on. Right.
You're breaking up, CC. Okay. Okay, Miss Williams, y'all have anything else to say?
Actually, no, I've been in the kitchen making noise, so I I was on mute. But you know what? I think probably if we have a citizens action committee that's nonpartisan, Democrat nor Republican, just those citizens that care about the best for Rockdale County, and it needs to be a citizen-led committee so that you get off the hook and you can do your job. You know what I'm saying? I think that
I know
that needs to
exactly what
happen.
you're saying.
It
Yeah.
just needs to happen. Because then everyone is going to be accountable. Every official is accountable to the citizens.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's probably it's gonna have to be like you say, grassroots. It needs to come up from the ground up. People are just sick and tired of being, rolled over
Yeah.
without anybody taking, their interest and concern about this environment. We have to live here. We've already invested to live here for years,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to keep it safe and clean.
You're exactly right. And my main thing that's keep me up is about that mining, and the only way we're going to beat it is we got to go after the permits. And they were saying first they start out saying they was going to do 66 acres. Now these guys coming back talking about no, we're going to do 200 acres. They will destroy this
What?
community. Yeah, that would
200?
destroy this community.
Can they go somewhere else to get it? Okay. There's got to be someplace else they can go for that without disturbing a community like that. That's crazy.
They don't care. They're looking
I
at
got it.
profit.
See, I have another question. Okay, now that we're going after this mining stuff, can we also address all these townhomes that they putting up quickly, as well as the infrastructure that can't handle all that? Are we doing something about that too?
That's why I'm in federal court.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your knowledge and the stuff you had to go through to do all this. But I'm behind you, and I'm with you, and with everybody else too. Thank you.
Appreciate you. But yeah, that's the only way it's going to stop the fact once I get that TRO through the federal court, which is going to be next week. Um, so, and once we get that in, then I'm going to need the public, the HOAs and all of them to step up to state courts, and that's when I have a united front, and so I won't just be in the federal court all by myself. I have people in state courts fighting. And that's what I'm talking to the folks over there with mining. And I told them, just give me a chance to put mines in, then you can come behind me. So that's what we have to do. We have to show our united front that, hey, we don't want this in our community. And our community deserves better. So, but what Sherry Washington did was really criminal. As soon as she voted for that, she moved out of the home that she lived on the next street from me. But and I knew right then and there. I sent her an email. I said, "You committed uh, political suicide." She said, "Who say I'm running?" I said, "Okay." So that's basically what I have, and what I'm looking forward to is 2024. Um, we have a group out of the DeKalb County environmental group that I've been working with. Name is Renee, and they want to have a uh, metro event so they can talk about all of our areas that we are having problems in. So it's going to be in January, I think around about the 20th. So we're going to find out exactly. We're going to speak about it and bring everybody together. So, like I said, we have to do a united front. It's not just affecting just one areas; it's affecting all of us on all race.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I understand totally. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, I got one more question. This is by the HOA who is dealing with the effects of a third party contractor disrupting their pipes. And how do we undo what they did to themselves by um, getting rid of the board, HOA board, as well as restoring their pipes and turning their stuff back over to Rockdale County Water Resources? How do we do that?
Well, first of all, you can't do it by yourself. So, um, you have to know the laws that's governing um, Rockdale water resource. And then you have to also talk to the state about it, because the HOAs, there's really is not a real law that govern them. And that's why they get away with a lot of stuff.
Do you know the title that deals with EPA, OCGA title that deals with that, with Rockdale Water Resources? It's got to be a title.
No, I don't know right off, but I will call you. I will get back to you and get that to you.
Thank you so much, Chairman.
So yeah, that they just the whole problem is there is no major law for the HOAs that govern them, and so they have a lot of power, and so that's what, and that's why I want to say that's where a lot of the citizens in those HOAs are pissed, because they don't have a say so on a lot of things. Um, but the HOA can be good, and then the HOA could be a bad situation. So pretty much in your end, like I said, I have to see the law for the water department, because y'all have 1 meter in that area, and so that 1 meter y'all paying, everyone is paying the HOA to pay for that water. But so that's just like I said, I just have to look at the laws on that. But we're gonna keep fighting. We'll make sure you're okay. All right, then we're going to end this meeting, and next time y'all gonna hear from me is gonna be next week, because we definitely will be serving those papers to uh, to the county and to several other folks. But we definitely will be serving those papers. So keep me in prayer.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
God got you. God got you. Just do your thing.
But like I told you, my whole thing is what I'm fighting is not no white Republicans, is I'm fighting Black Democrats.
All right. It's a principality in their thinking. So you got the power to do it. Okay. God gave you.
I appreciate it. Well, y'all have a wonderful Christmas and a happy
Thank
New Year.
you. Merry
And
Christmas to you too and your wife. Bye.
all right, thank you.